Hi folks, welcome back to the shop. Today I just want to talk briefly about a couple of my preferred pliers. Both are made by Knipex. You'll see that both of these are the 250 millimeter handles, right? This is the Knipex Cobra pliers. You can see them right here on the handle. This is the Knipex plier wrench. The 250 millimeters just means it runs about 10 inches in length. All right, that's the same for both of these guys from the tip of the pliers to the end. Now, briefly, I mean, everybody's seen these. I'm just going to cover these pliers briefly and then show some things that I've got for these. But there's a few things that Knipex improved on your classic water pump pliers with these. They call them water pump pliers because it looks like a old school water pump with the handle pumping water. But one of the big improvements is they've changed the shape of these jaws. You'll notice on a typical pair of groove pliers like these channel locks, and you make your adjustment, that the jaws are flat, right? One of the things they've done here is to put these notches in and cut the jaws differently. So if you're trying to turn a nut, that you can typically grab it at least on one corner, right? You can see there I've gotten at least one corner of this nut here. And sometimes you can grab both corners, but the teeth are also known to be very sharp. They've been tested to be the sharpest there is in terms of, like, for grabbing smooth surfaces like pipe. The other improvement that Knipex has made is with this push button adjustment. Sort of adjust very quickly where you want the pliers, let off the button, versus the old slip joint pliers where you have to open the pliers up, slide down where you want it, kind of try to figure out the size you need and then shut them and see if that works. With these guys, of course, you're just adjusting very quickly while the fastener's in your hands and you're good to go. So that's a couple of the advancements here. The other part is they've mounted, you know, this part of the handle has a piece of metal through the center of it. And what that enables these pliers to do is that if you put this on a flat surface and you were to bite down on something, that as you push down, these pliers tighten up. It's the same for both of these, by the way. The same similar type of design, in that you can find yourself just pushing pressure on the back of this pair of pliers and it will grip without you having to squeeze the handles. Now, of course, you'll grab the handles to keep a decent hold for some point. Once you put the torque on it, just the pushing of this handle tightens the pliers up and makes it very easy to grab. It's really one of the biggest improvements with these. Now, this is the Knipex Pliers wrench. And similar to the Cobra, it has the slide button adjustment. This is sort of a replacement for an adjustable wrench, right? In other words, this style of wrench. This is your Knipex sort of replacement for that. And a lot better than this because, you know, you're adjusting this one down with a worm screw to get the tightness you want. Inevitably, it becomes loose and you have to maybe loosen it to get a second grip. These pliers are designed to work in sort of a cam style. So you can get the size you need, you know, grab the work, you know, make your turn, loosen up with your hand, cam off of the nut, grab it again, turn some more. Very easy to make your way around the nut as you're turning these pliers. It's an excellent design, and also it allows you to get an enormous amount of torque on the work. But what I think a lot of people don't recognize with these pliers is that when you have the jaws shut, it acts sort of as an excellent portable vise for getting a hold of work. So for example, if you're trying to spread apart the chain for a dining room light, you can grab the chain with these pliers and their smooth jaws, or, you know, and not damage the chain as you're twisting it with a screwdriver to open up the chain links and adjust the chain link side for that light. Same with working with chrome fixtures in kitchens and baths. You're not going to damage them because you have these smooth jaws. So really just an excellent tool. But that's the big part there. Now, this is an update to a previous pliers wrench. Some of you, or a lot of you, might have seen these. This is the previous version. Basically, best I can tell in a nutshell, what Knipex has done is just remove some of the metal from the pliers. You'll notice they have the same size. You know, the beak of them are the exact same width, the part that actually grabs the work. I don't know if I can illustrate that here or not, but you can see there, if I can get them lined up, you can see it's about the same width, right? So you're not, it's no narrower in that case, but they've reduced, you'll notice here around the jaw, there's some of the metal's been moved away here, even though it has the same part that can grab the work. But overall, it's been made thinner and lighter, a little bit thinner here in the handles, or if you're looking down the back of these pliers, you can see they've gone a little thinner here on this one, and they've reduced some of the thickness here as well. Now, what it results in is that this plier just feels lighter in the hand. It feels more nimble. It doesn't feel as clunky or as bulky, and I think overall it's a nice improvement over the previous pliers wrench, and I doubt you're really giving up much in terms of strength of the tool, if anything. But with this, another improvement they've made is if you look at the tool and you're opening it up, right here you can see that on one side they give you the dimensions and how wide the jaws are open. And I don't know if I can get it to show there, but there's millimeters, there's 17 I think, yeah. But there's millimeters on this side. If we look at this side, we have standard. So like I can adjust this to, let's say, yeah, about 1 inch right there. So if you look, you'll see 1 inch in here. That's about the distance you've got here between these jaws. So they added these measurements. I'm just going to see if we actually come out to about 1 inch, and we do. You can see that. So about 1 inch there where it shows. So that's another improvement they made. But overall, basically made this tool lighter. Now, some of the things that I've discovered for these that have made it even more of an improvement for me is Knipex makes these covers for the jaws, right? They have some for the pliers wrench that you can just pop right on these jaws to further reduce the likelihood of damaging the work. It's a pretty novel idea, but now you'll notice these click right into place on these pliers and fit right over top of them. You can close them all the way up, reducing the likelihood that you might damage whatever you're working on, more peace of mind in that area. And I like the way that they snap right on here. Very, very well form-fitting. You have to kind of snap them off to get them off. But a nice addition from Knipex. Now these will not fit. I kind of wanted to show that because they will not fit these. This older version of pliers, I don't think they make one that actually fits this one, but these are designed to fit the updated version of the pliers. So this to me is an excellent option to have in your bag and just have it ready. This is what it looks like, these protecting jaws. It says mod 2018, so it's for the updated model. But they also make them for the Cobra pliers, and I have those here. So if you can just pop these right on the jaws, and if you were getting into working on a finished sink, you know, trying to take the aerator out or something like that, and you've got a polished finish on that sink, and you can get a hold of that. Of course, you could also put some tape on there on the fixture itself, you know, vinyl tape or Gorilla tape or something. But anyway, you can see now these jaws are, and it's pretty thick on this side too, this side where the jaws are at, because those are sharp jaws, but now you have some protection if you're working on something you're trying not to scratch. So there you have it. These different tips that you can put on your Knipex pliers wrench and your Cobra pliers. So you can pick those up, and I think it'll give you some versatility in your bag if you're working on something and you're trying not to ensure that you don't damage it. So with that said, thanks for joining us, and we'll look for see you next time. Please consider liking and subscribing.